The playground on kibbutz Miflasim is empty. Today, the school kids here are keeping themselves amused with another attraction, albeit a far less innocent one. They're rushing to see what a Qassam rocket fired by Gaza militants did to this storage facility when it made a direct hit on Tuesday. The kibbutz is located just 7 kilometers from the Gaza border. The rocket narrowly missed hitting this after-school clubhouse, which is just a few meters away from the storage site. Children, 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders play in that clubhouse every afternoon, but on Tuesday they went home early and were spared any danger. Ori, who was born on the kibbutz, has been a school teacher here for the last 5 years.
You heard the blast.
I heard the blast. I live very close to my work, and
now this was, in a way, there was the kids were lucky because they leave at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the rocket hit at 5:30. That's only an hour and a half.
5:30, and there were days that we've here until 6. So we've much of lucky, and nobody hurts, and leave people here, and more here is the house of the little children. So
yeah. And these children are young. They're 8, 9, 10 years old.
8, 9, 10, yeah.
The physical damage left by the rocket is not hard to repair. Walls can be rebuilt and supplies replaced. It's the psychological damage on children of these random rocket attacks, Uri says, that is so difficult to overcome.
And what can you do to help them through this?
I want them talk. Then talk all what's have here in their minds, because child not could understand what we could understand why all this. And
the children here seem to play with a carefree attitude typical of most kids, kicking around a ball and clowning around. But Uri's colleagues say many have been traumatized by the rocket explosions and the warning sirens that make them run quickly for cover, often without their parents.
You see children are more violent. You see children that are restless. You see nervous. You see afraid. They're saying that they're afraid. In this age, they don't like to say that they are afraid. You see a lot of things. You see kids that not sleeping in the bed. You see kids that peeing in the pants.
Uri and his fellow teachers have moved the children out of this clubhouse for now and into one they say is more secure. But it's only a temporary solution. Some here say there are not enough bomb shelters and safe buildings, and that after 8 years of regular rocket fire, there should be.
Do you think the government is not doing enough to protect you?
I think that the government doing a lot, but especially on those kibbutzim, that there is no protection. They've got to give us some protection for the children. We've got to live here. We are here every day. This is the life. They don't know different life, and they've got to be protected. We can't go on like that for a long time. We need at least the minimum thing to help the kids to be protected.
What does it feel like living day to day with the fear that these alarms are going to go off, and there's young children here?
You know, when we don't have alarm going on for 2 or 3 days, we feel like we are in a normal country. So I don't know how to say it, because this is our everyday life. It's hard. It's hard. You don't see it every day, but it's coming later. You see kids are afraid, people, the parents that are very, very nervous about those things. And we are as well. There is lots of responsibility to take care of the children and to know that they will come home safely.
But the government says it has improved security with new bomb shelters that look like this.
I'm standing in this mini bomb shelter. Many of them have been built around the kibbutz. And here's what happens. When the red alarm goes off, people have about 15 seconds to take shelter in a place like this before the rocket hits. And as you can see in here, it's actually really not that large. Maybe, 25 people can stand in here comfortably. So a lot of people actually choose to stay at home or go to one of the stairwells in their buildings.
Gaza is so close to kibbutz Miflasim, you can see apartments in Gaza City from a hilltop nearby. Islamic militants, from Hamas to Islamic Jihad, regularly put more than 1 million Israelis in danger, firing Grad missiles, rockets, and mortars on communities in the south. The Gaza war, which began at the end of 2008, reduced the rocket fire but didn't stop it. The Israeli army estimates over 400 kinds of rockets have fallen so far this year. 3 Israelis have been killed, including 1 teenager. Very few parents on kibbutz Miflasim wanted to go on camera and talk about living under the threat of rocket fire, but one father broke the silence.
We're scared in somehow, and actually we are looking to sell our house and to buy somewhere else. It's difficult to live such life with all these Qassams.
He told us he'll move to the north of Israel, but many residents here don't want to leave. They don't want to be forced out of their homes by terrorists in Gaza who target Israeli civilians for purely political purposes. All they want is for the rocket fire to stop. Jordana Miller, JN1, Kibbutz Miflasim.